For the second lecture, I want to talk about the life of Sayyid Qutb. Everyone always finds that last name hard to pronounce, Q-U-T-B. You just try to swallow the T and B right together, Sayyid Qutb. Sayyid Qutb was born in Egypt in 1913, and he lives to about 1964. He's often known as the philosopher of extremist Islam. So, what we want to be looking at is his background and how he arrives at that place of developing this, these kind of key points of extremist Islam. You'll be reading about his philosophy in his best-known book, Milestones. So that's what you'll be looking at. But what I want to do in this lecture is provide you some of the background about his life to let you know how he gets from there, from his birth up to writing that book. And that's what I'm going to talk about now for a few minutes. He wrote a memoir about his life growing up in a small village in Upper Egypt. So a lot of times people think that extremist forms of Islam is an embrace of the medieval past. You often hear that when people talk about the Taliban. They'll say, dragging the modern world back into the medieval period. And I always think that's a terrible slander on the medieval world. Actually, he is himself rejecting everything about the superstitions and unmodern aspects of the past, whether that's religious practices or superstitions, all these different things that he sees that he wants to get rid of as he moves his community, develops a vision of the Islamic community that is modern. So he grows up in this small village, and he doesn't have fond memories of growing up there. He recalls the way his world was surrounded by evil spirits, the medical practices that were nothing but superstitions, and those are things that he wants to put away as he instead embraces a more fully modern version of Islam. Now what he sees in the village are going to be missionaries and doctors, people who are trying to bring the modern world to this backwards, what he feels like is a backwards village, and that's going to create some resentment on his part towards the modern world that he